Hello, and welcome to Relatable Bitches Podcast. I'm your host, Hina.
And I'm your host, Marge. We're so excited to have you here with us today.
This is the space where we will dive into all the messy, beautiful, and totally relatable aspects of life. From family and friends to career struggles and everything in between. We're here to keep it real and have some fun.
That's right. Our goal is to create a community where we can laugh, cry, and feel understood. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's get into today's episode. The Relatable Bitches podcast is for entertainment and informational purpose only. It may contain mature themes and sensitive topics. The views expressed do not constitute professional advice and should not replace expert consultation. Personal stories shared are unique to individuals and not universally applicable. The hosts, producers, and associated parties are not liable for any consequences resulting from the use of this content. While we strive for accuracy, we cannot guarantee all information is current or error-free. By listening, you acknowledge and agree to these terms. Welcome back to another episode of the Relatable Bitches Podcast. I'm your host, Marge.
And I'm Hina.
And today we're going to be talking about celebrities.
Yeah.
Diddy in particular.
Oof.
We're going to drop in some R. Kelly.
Ooh.
Maybe some Mr. Epstein.
Yeah, we put them all in there. Yeah.
Talk about women being believed.
Yep.
Men being believed.
Yep.
Sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Conspiracy. Racketeering.
All
We're going
of
to
the
talk
above.
about it all.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just the status of it in regards to, because quote unquote they are famous, so why did it take this long, or kind of things like that. So we'll deep dive in. Let's do this.
Let's get into it. Did you see it? I'm assuming you saw this week, obviously. I actually sent it to you.
You know what's funny? If you didn't,
Diddy finally got indicted.
If you didn't tell me, I would have not known, to be honest. But then when you told me, obviously, I see all the shorts.
I think you would have known just later.
Yeah, correct.
I don't listen to the media.
Yeah,
I
correct.
I don't watch Channel 9 News.
That's what I don't like. Yeah, correct.
I don't like the way that the media portrays any story. Always have their own agenda.
Yeah, and one-sided meaning.
And one-sided, yeah.
Whoever pays them the most.
I want to know facts. I want to know information.
Yep.
I listened to Emily D. Baker. She actually read the indictment.
Oh,
she
nice.
showed
Okay.
up to court. She was in New York at the time, so she actually went into court to see what was going on. I was laughing because she was in New York for something else.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that it all popped off while she was there.
Lucky!
So she got her butt down to the courthouse and went in because it's a federal case, so there's no cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah. So she got shit.
There is, but it's
for
not
them
to be viewed outside. It's not for the public.
So she wanted to see it in person, I guess you would say.
It just so happens that she was there.
Yeah, lucky.
Why not?
Yeah, correct.
Why not get the facts straight from the horse's mouth?
Exactly.
Don't have to, wait for outlets or journalists to come and report
and have their
what
own
they
opinion.
Want to report on.
Correct. Yeah.
She actually makes notes and verbatim will repeat what was said.
I like that. Yeah.
Things like that, which I actually appreciate because I want to know facts. I want
correct.
to know what actually was said, not what you believe.
Yeah, correct. Or hopefully that was the right thing or whatever.
Exactly. You know, a lot of journalists don't have a legal background.
Correct.
They don't actually understand what a lot of the things are, so they'll go and give you the wrong information.
Again, it's just for their own perspective.
Because it's their own perspective, exactly.
Ooh, okay, tell me.
So, this week, P. Diddy was actually indicted on three counts.
Yeah.
And it was sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution, I believe it was.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you the other day, it's so sad because I grew up with half the songs and all this stuff, and that you're just like, ugh. It's a eerie feeling for sure.
It really is. Because I'm one of those people, when everything went down with R. Kelly, for example, I removed him from my life.
Yeah.
There were so many amazing songs that I grew up with that I was like, that's my jam.
Yeah, correct. We're like,
And now I'm like, okay.
Now we know what it was about. Yeah.
I really wish somebody was to have told us not to be singing that out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the understanding, like the songs that have meaning behind them.
Yeah, you're like, ooh. Yeah, correct.
Now that you understand.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. It just makes my skin crawl.
I
now
bet.
I'm in the process of culling Diddy out of my
That's
music.
That's very sad. Like, how am I think? I'm sure my thing of that, it's not as big as, like, obviously the people that have been in it, but it's damn, like, it really took this long for all of this to really come to light.
But for me, it's also the support. I'm not going to support people like that.
Correct.
You downloading their music, you streaming, that still gives them that income. Yeah. And I'm not about to support that.
Yeah, correct.
Because one of the things that I was really disappointed about when it came to P. Diddy was Cassie came out. She told her story and she wasn't believed. Then the video came out and everyone went, oh my God, she was telling the truth.
Yeah, Sherlock,
why did it take that video having to come out?
Yeah.
Why did it take her having to be that embarrassed in the public's eye?
Yeah.
to be believed?
Yeah. And that's the thing again, like I was saying earlier, it's sad that it's taken all these years because obviously they have quote unquote power, quote unquote money that got to them, and people do get scared of, because again, there's situations I've been in, if I think about it now, it's not as fun to be the first one to raise your hand and be like, oh, this is the situation, because like exactly just like that. It took a whole video, but even from the video, it took so long to get anything really going.
Well, that's more of the investigation.
Yeah.
You know, to have an ironclad investigation, you're not going just indict anyone over just... They need to actually investigate. They need to do their jobs. Yeah. So I understand why it took the time that it did, and that's just me coming from the point of view that I've watched the trial, so I actually understand the process a little bit better. Yeah. It's not a case of just arresting somebody and then going to court. Yeah. They have to get ironclad evidence and information
to keep him there.
Because there's a chance if they hadn't done that, he'd be out on bail right now.
Yeah, correct. Because he'd have the good lawyers, get everything just to find any crack.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just
he was
sad.
Actually, they didn't approve his bail. He was in jail.
Good. Yeah.
And then prison, jail. I always confuse the two when it comes to the American system. However, they appealed it the following day. His lawyers take it from... So they appealed it the following day and it was declined.
Yeah, of course.
He wasn't going to be released.
Yeah, which is good because they made it very concrete and solid for them not to have anything fall in.
Somebody's so powerful. Correct. He's worth billions.
Yeah.
And he's putting up $50 million bail. What he offered?
Yeah, that's pocket change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So things like that, but he's actually housed with R. Kelly at the moment.
Oh my God, we're best friends.
We won't be able to tell you if they're in the same cell or anything like that.
I'm sure somewhere, somehow, I mean, it's jail. You can get anything, but that's the part of it.
Also where Epstein was held.
Oh, wow. And that's just like the hardest part of it all. Just like people, again, quote unquote money, quote unquote power, really have the hand up. Because I'm sure for like her just to like even say that out loud, it must be crazy. Even just imagine the first person she's told. I'm sure there was a lot of like pushback. Are you sure that's a big thing? And then they were even talking, you know how like...
I'm sure she wasn't even the only one.
Yeah, correct. No, for sure. No, for sure. Because even Cat Williams was talking about all that stuff. Again, because I don't watch all of it, but I've only seen the shorts. It's like people have known. But again, it's just because he has the power and the stuff. It's always hush and stuff. And it's so sad.
But if people aren't willing to talk about it
correct.
Either, what are the police going to do?
Yeah, correct.
They don't know about it. Yeah. What do you expect them to do?
Yeah, correct. Exactly. Because it's only...
gossip can be one thing.
Yes.
You need facts.
Yeah.
You need evidence.
Solid evidence.
Crap is not evidence.
Correct. And that's what's hardest because I'm sure that all of them possibly even heard of things, but never also seen it. So it's, what were they to say? What were they going to tell the police? They're like, oh, this is what I've heard. Yeah. But it's just so crazy and so sad because it's just, again, it's that power thing. He is so wealthy and he is well known that, man, like, I was clapped to her, like, having that courage to really, because I'm sure her life is on the line as well. Because you don't know what he can do as well or whatever his, friends or anybody that he's capable of doing.
They've already been paying people off.
There you go.
Witness intimidation. That's the reason why he's in prison right now. Yeah. So what they had found, the reason why they came down on him when he did, was because they had actually found that there was a lot of witness intimidation going on. There was actually people that have already been paid off to go away and disappear.
Oh, wow. I didn't think on your word because I did not know that.
Yeah, so the reason why they did what they did at the time that they did it was because the chances are if they wait another week, there's going to be a lot more people that are going to disappear. Not because they're being got rid of, but they're actually being paid to disappear. To change their stories. Yeah. I can't remember her name. Artist that actually came out. I believe it was 3-4 days ago. It was just before R. Kelly. It was like 2 days before R. Kelly got arrested in New York.
Oh, not sure.
So there was another artist that basically posted a story on their social media, basically saying it's great that people are speaking out on these situations. She did not experience that.
Oh, wow.
And the FBI actually has evidence that she was in communication with Diddy's team and they told her what to say. And that's the intimidation part of it. So that post was done the day after Diddy's team had been in contact with her. And they found the evidence of that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's
Make
just,
of that what you will, but...
Yeah. It's crazy because it's just, again, money's just spewing out of all of them, and it's really evil. In the end, it's evil. You really just, you don't have anything else to do. You really have, and then most of it's just, it's by even just pleasure. It's not even something that, you must be really sick in the head to think all of this is okay mentally. Again, I'm not saying, I'm sure they'll probably put something in there about that in court. Oh, he's mentally whatever, but that's crazy. Yeah. That's just so sad.
I would really like to see because I know Kim was in the process of writing a book, but when she passed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were saying that I
want to know what she was writing. Yeah. I really hope that they actually release that one.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's probably going to be for a while now, but that's the thing.
Because I've been really intrigued, did it have anything to do with her death?
Exactly. I literally was just about to say that. Yeah.
I want to know, was he involved? What evidence do we have of that?
Yeah.
Let's get down to it. Let's not find out. Yeah. Because it's been time again, like even Bad Boy Records.
Yeah.
What artist came up through Bad Boy Records that is still around today? Exactly, because there aren't any.
Yeah, that's true.
He burns every bridge. He tries to steal from the people that are making him rich.
Yeah, because do you remember Danity Kane? You remember Danity Kane? You gotta Google that. Danity Kane. Grew up with them. But yeah, Danity Kane. What's her name?
I'm going to be doing a lot of Googling.
Yeah. But what's her name? What is it called? She was even saying that Diddy was trying to pay them off in regards to doing other stuff. And, members. There you go. Oh my gosh. Aubrey.
Oh,
yeah. So because even them, because that was in the genre, obviously they grew up in.
Really?
Yeah, because they what was that, Making the Band or something?
Yes.
Yeah, correct. See, that's what I mean. So when I was watching something of hers, they were like, yeah, he's intimidating us. Yeah, I know.
Really
remember the glittery eyeshadows?
Yeah, just literally this morning what we were talking about.
The glittery eyeshadow. Circa 2007. Just kidding. But yeah, so basically that's...
This is not the most 90s, early 2000 outfits ever.
That's exactly... And the eyeshadows. I love it.
God.
With
the
glitter.
Body glitter. Yeah. The body glitter. These girls are glycerin. Glistening?
Yeah. Glistening, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, they look like disco balls.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Exactly.
Love it.
But that's what it's...
Such the look.
Yes, it wasn't it with the poofy hair, the crunchy, for sure.
The curly hair with the
the crunchy hair,
my God.
Could never do it, but yeah.
God, we've moved past that.
Hey man, you never know. No, just kidding.
I like something a lot.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. That even that she was doing the things, and again because they were. No, I'm not saying they weren't A-listers or they as anymore. Nobody listened to what she was trying to say that he was doing to them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, hopefully, she comes out with a lot of stuff that
made out to be a little bit more crazy.
Yeah, but she wasn't just
every single time she said something else. Oh no, she's jealous.
Yeah.
She's this. She's
that.
She
was standing up for them.
No, she was. Yeah, exactly right. She was standing up for everybody. Mm-hmm. For herself, for her bandmates.
Yeah, correct. And it was because they were like, again, it's because he is or whatever was rich and famous. Whatever he said, they were like, oh, it's okay. Well, we'll go with it. And she's like, yeah, it's not fair. Like, why are we getting literally close to nothing?
Yeah.
And you hear it time and time again, right? Like, record labels and all that stuff take advantage of new coming artists, and that's pretty sad. And I'm sure that's what he did because of the status that he was in. Yeah. Did you even know that they were even talking about how he was jealous that Biggie was getting too big, and that he had part of that stuff? And I was like, I'm sure that these things will be talked about.
I'm sure. Yeah, look, I'm interested to know how J-Lo plays into it.
That I was just gonna say that. Yes,
because rumor has it that potentially J-Lo was also abused.
Yes.
Girl, come out and open your mouth if that's the case.
Exactly. No, exactly. Like
it might actually help your reputation a little bit.
Yeah, or just
God, she doesn't have the greatest rep at the moment.
Yeah, and heal the trauma with all these men. Yeah. Exactly, and that's what I think it is because he was.
There's a whole theory that she had. She was the one that actually had the gun in her purse when the shooting happened in New York. Facts, I don't know yet. But I really want all this information to actually come out.
Yeah, just to understand.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, we get half of the stories that is going to come out. But I just feel like, again, because we grew up with this, it's part of our history and part of our thing. It's just like, it'd be nice to just get that, taken. But overall, I think this is that shows, again, people, I guess why we're relatable bitches, people go through the same thing, because I'm sure that all of them, even Cassidy, like, she didn't think it was happening to others. Well, she probably had an idea, but she felt alone. All of them felt alone, or felt like this person is in power over me. I can't say anything. Who's gonna believe me?
And this is the thing: if celebrities, people that have a following, won't come out and say anything, why would people think that your everyday average woman that has gone through something similar, or has been sexually assaulted, or has been through domestic violence or abuse, or why would you think that it's such an easy thing to just come out and talk about?
Yes.
Because it took Cassie how many years to come out?
Yeah, correct.
After she had already been remarried and had a family with somebody else? It took years.
Yeah, correct.
It's not until you can't tell somebody that their story is invalid or that it's not true just because you didn't experience it.
Yeah, correct, exactly. And it's the more of that people don't know, because again, we were talking about cameras, right? Back then, cameras and all that stuff wasn't, I guess you would say, used as well. And if that video really never came out, I'm sure that she wouldn't have a lot of leg to just be like, oh, this is what's going on, because it would just be a he say, she, and no one would dig deeper and seeing if what she was saying was true or not.
Exactly.
And that's just sad.
And look, and if the shoe fits on the other foot, Jesus Christ, what am I saying?
Yeah.
More of this.
Right. I think I'm gonna get coffee after this episode. But
God.
But you're right. Yeah.
But I think what I was gonna say is, this is a different circumstance to, for example, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial that occurred.
We should have an episode of that, because
I watched that whole trial.
Yeah. Okay.
I watched trial.
Yeah,
like I said, I prefer to actually sit there and watch the actual trial,
and
see what evidence comes in, all that sort of stuff. I want to know what's happening in court.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a second-hand account of
yeah.
people think.
Yeah.
So I want to know the facts. I want to make up my own opinion based on what I hear and see.
Yeah.
I put myself in as a online juror.
That's right. No, just kidding. But yeah. But that's true, because by the time you read it from articles, again, their perspective is placed in there.
Exactly. Yeah. And for example, when it came to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, I would listen to the court case and then I saw what the media was reporting. I'm like, are you high? Did you fucking hit your head on the door on the way out of the courtroom?
Right. Were we watching the
same thing?
Yeah.
Because Amber Heard got on the stand, was like, I never hit him, I never touched him, I never did anything. And then on the recording, she was like, I didn't punch you, I hit you.
Yeah,
I didn't punch you, I hit you. Bitch, did you fucking punch him or did you hit him?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you still put your hands on another human being.
Yeah, correct, exactly.
A punch is still a hit.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, to me, by the end of that trial, I was like, oh, hell no. Amber Heard is the devil here. No, stop, sit down.
Yeah.
But I went into that trial and I was like, oh my God, is this Hollywood protecting another man?
Yeah.
Is this another man that's going to get away with assaulting somebody, abusing somebody? So I went into it like, Team Heard. Let's see what evidence that they can come up with, and hopefully they'll actually be able to figure it out, and he'll get blamed, and the media will finally see that what's going on in Hollywood. Yeah. And the more that I listened to it, and the more that I observed, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This was a toxic relationship. They should have been separated long ago.
Yeah, like day one. Or day yesterday. Yeah.
But at the same time, how can anyone walk away listening to the evidence and be like, oh my God, poor her?
Yeah, correct. Yep.
You must be smoking something real good.
Yeah.
Share.
Pass
it over here, because I want some of the good stuff too, if that's the case.
Yeah.
If we can be that delulu.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? I'm glad that you even said earlier how like you really need to dig deep into the evidence and all that stuff, because that's the thing. Because like you said, you would have thought, oh, Johnny's gonna get out of it. Me and Johnny are friends, right? Me and Johnny, right? You mean Johnny is getting away with this because he is a really big actor and he's made an impact. And because and a lot of people dropped him and all that stuff because they did believe her. And the fact that when it finally came out, and how, in a sense, he was so calm about it. Because I love Johnny Depp. But
oh, look, don't get me wrong. When he was on the stand, I was like, can you speed it up? The words out.
Yeah. No, but
that's what YouTube is for. You can.
Yeah, I don't thank goodness.
You can play things in faster speed.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's what. So I'm glad like there's people that he spoke up, and that's a big like 180 with that, because normally again people would be like, oh, he's just making it up because he's trying to be this, but the fact that the evidence laid out and showed, and his lawyers were so good. I love them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like it was because they were like sarcastic and funny, not in a sense where it was just like. Gotcha, because I know, but again, in the end, that's what I mean. So it's good to have all that, and I loved. I never even thought about what you were saying about actually listening to all the court stuff they're not even in person, but live, and seeing what's actually happening. Because yes, you're right. By the time you read it, somebody else has a different perspective on it.
Exactly, and that's, for example, Law and Crime.
Who's that?
Or Court TV.
Oh yeah.
The YouTube. So Court TV, Law and Crime.
Yeah.
They will air the live.
Yeah.
The live courtroom hearings and things like that, and then you listen to the reporters report back on what they have already played live. You just go, what?
Yeah.
Please, can you explain to me how you got from A to C?
Yeah, but I think they have to make it more interesting towards what is the media wanting to hear as well, or what do they think will be more juicy or more controversial.
Exactly, but then that's why more and more people my age don't listen to the freaking media.
Yeah, I think
I will just scroll past it.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah, that's why I don't really watch the news. I don't care about your
fucking opinion.
Yes.
Just give me the damn facts.
Yes.
Put it in dot point and move on.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love that. No, for sure.
But if you want to be gullible, go do your research.
Yeah,
go
exactly. That's why.
Go listen to the cases. Look at the evidence that came in.
That's why I was like telling you. I was like, tell me after. I've only seen those things. I haven't really dig deep and look into it. So I'm glad that you read it and seen what it was actually happening with the Diddy case, because. Again, the media, me for myself, I'm only going to look at those things. It's nice to dig deeper and see. And again...
Well, I messaged that when that was occurring, and it only happened like an hour beforehand.
Oh, wow, that was that?
Yeah, that's how fast
everything went out.
People started reporting on it.
Crazy.
So I texted you, my husband, and my best friend.
You were like, guess what? Like,
Jenny's been arrested!
But I don't thank God he has, because I feel like...
to come.
I thank God he has, and I really do also hope that from this case that everyone that was involved also gets reprimanded.
Interesting you say that.
Why?
Because Diddy was the only one indicted in this case.
Yes.
And it's RICO charges.
Mm-hmm.
Generally with RICO charges there's more than one person involved.
Yeah, but who is it?
But nobody's been indicted except for Diddy.
Interesting.
What I found on the interwebs was a lot of defense attorneys were basically saying that's a strategy. That there's actually a strategy behind prosecutors and defense attorneys were all the ones that are on the internet basically saying that was a strategy. So they're only indicting Diddy because they want anybody that hasn't been indicted to basically have an opportunity to come forward with evidence against him. So that's I don't have any facts to back that up. That is just what I've heard on YouTube from other, defense lawyers, other prosecutors and things like that. That basically said that's a strategy that is, and it's basically a way so that the people that know that they're involved, but they're given that opportunity to go talk to their own lawyers and come up with some
that they don't incriminate themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not even so much because they probably have evidence against these people already.
Yeah.
But it's that opportunity. This is the main person that we're trying to take down. So we've got to give people a bit of an opportunity to come forward. Because if we have to go after them, we're not going to be as kind.
Oof.
So we're giving them the opportunity to come forward to us.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're going to see how this all plays out.
Oh, interesting.
Updates to come.
Yes. Again, overall in all of this, I truly feel like we want to talk about it's just if you do have the things that are going on, please know that there are people, there are places, there are resources that you can share your story with. Like no one can, that you don't have to be not heard. I guess that's the right,
Exactly.
the best grammar English. And I'm glad that the people that have moved forward, that have went forward and told their stories and told it, because imagine it has been years and years and every day that he was quote unquote free, he could do it. Because I saw one where he was just like chilling like nothing, and we did all these things are happening, and there's people that are truly affected and seeing you be quote unquote free, and nothing's happening. But I'm glad that now he's not, and let's see, we'll follow this. Yeah, definitely, we'll see how it goes, because that's
but I
intense.
think one of the key takeaways from all of this is just because there isn't tangible evidence doesn't mean it didn't happen. And sometimes you have to take information with a grain of salt. Well, you don't have to necessarily believe everyone's story. But you don't have to be horrible to them.
Correct. You need to be like, oh, shut up. No, listen and find the facts.
Exactly. Or if somebody comes to you and tells you their story of abuse, you don't have to be like, oh, show me the evidence, bitch. No, because not everyone is walking around recording themselves all day.
Correct.
Especially not, look, I know we're in a day and age of everyone has a camera. You and I were talking about this in the car this morning. I come from a generation where cameras have grown up with me. Correct.
Or my child doesn't even know what a portable camera is. Or disposable camera. She was like, and when my sister, when she turned 21, we were trying to get it developed, her disposable. It took a second. It took a week and a half. Before Costco, you go in, probably not here. It takes an hour. Not
there
even.
There used to be a freaking photo shop. And you could go and get your photos developed and every corner.
Yes, correct. Now, never.
Now you have to find one, and it's
it took us a second.
You probably got one in CBD.
We did.
But they don't even just do that. They have a whole bunch of different cameras. They have a whole bunch of different equipment. And that's just 1% of what their business actually does. And it doesn't make them print photos anymore.
No, I know. So sad.
Oh, they just send them to office works.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But that's the thing, right? Back then, there was no... It was a little bit harder to get quote-unquote evidence. So.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's generally, I like to be in the moment. When I go to concerts and things like that, I might take a couple of photos. I might record a little bit, but I'm not recording the whole show. I don't have my phone in my hand the whole time recording. The younger generations, they've grown up with. They're 7 years old. They get a phone from their parents, and they can record whatever they want. They have no privacy. Where I was glad that I grew up in a day where there weren't really cameras to film everything.
As a disclaimer, thank the Lord that there was not cameras when we were growing up, because please believe, just thank Lord, thank God.
CCTV footage was so grainy you couldn't tell anything.
Thank the Lord.
Thank God, I know.
Thank God, but that's exactly what it is. But now there is, and it's just again, anything that's new or a good thing, it can be good or bad. But no, I'm glad that all these evidence, and I really hope that there's more to come. Because then that just highlights to everyone that, again, A, you're not alone. B, thank you, God, that you went forward, even though, of course, it must have been really scary to say anything.
Exactly. And
intense.
You know what? Just because you go through something, you know what? I hate to say you don't have to talk about it, but you don't have to talk about it to certain people.
Yes, correct.
If you've been through something, I highly recommend go see a psychologist, go see a doctor, talk it out with them. Maybe there's something that you might need to do to help you cope.
Correct.
If you don't want to go and tell your family or friends.
Because even that,
seek some form of help.
Professional help.
Because it's something that stays with you for life.
Correct.
And sometimes you just need the tools to help you actually overcome that.
And it's also let's say you and I, and you tell me something, and I've already, I guess, similar to what you've been through, and it could be cause re-trauma for me because you said something. So it is, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell your friends or your family stuff, but sometimes, because people get scared, they're like, oh, I want to trust them. Yes, I get that, but at the same time, talking to a professional where they were trained to block those things, again, whatever I'm sure it's still traumatic. People talk about if they're police, there's things that they see and stuff, even though they're trained for it, but way better, in a sense, way better than your friend who also can get triggered to those situations, because you don't know. Like, when people talk about certain things that I actually, till this day, don't really talk about, I'm just like, oof, it brings you back, which you don't want to do that either. Be kind to them. Yeah, fun times. Rolling in, yeah.
And as you say, look, I think police need to go through a lot of different and better training.
Whom?
Police.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they get the correct training for the things that they're going to experience on the job.
Yeah.
Which also doesn't help them be able to actually do any. There are so many times that I've heard of domestic violence happening and police just throw their hands in the air. They're not equipped to cope with those situations.
Yeah, that's true.
They need better training. They need better ways to assess the situation, to know whether something is a high priority, where they need to get somebody out of the
situation,
house at that exact point in time.
Yeah.
But with all that sort of stuff, it's not just as easy. People always say, oh, but just leave.
Oh, I wish.
Sometimes it's a lot harder than that.
Yeah.
And look, granted, the one time that somebody raised their hand to me, I left. I didn't go back.
Yeah, correct.
You know, the second that I went to work the next morning, I left.
Yeah.
If I didn't have it in my bag, too bad, I'll replace it.
Yeah, correct.
Because everything, I realized everything is replaceable except for my life.
Yes.
I can replace the shirt. I can replace the laptop.
Yes,
I can
correct.
replace all of that.
Yeah, the material stuff.
But my family can't replace my life.
Yeah, correct. That's very true.
I went to work the next day. Somebody saw the bruises on me, but I was never planning to go back. I was going to go back home.
Yeah, to your parents.
And just block that person, disappear completely. However, during my work day, somebody saw some of the bruises and pulled me aside and called my boss in at the same time. And it was basically, my boss at the time said to me, you need help.
Yeah.
You can't go back. I wasn't planning to anyway.
Yeah.
But I got out.
Yeah.
But not everyone's circumstance is the same. Oof. Not everyone can just get out.
Yeah, correct.
Gosh, where did I see it? I think it's something like it takes people 8 times before they actually get out of an abusive relationship.
Wow. That's a lot.
And I could be pulling that number out of my ass.
But even if,
but it is a lot. It takes, definitely. It takes a lot of times to try to actually leave and stay gone.
Yeah. And I think
this is what I was doing last week.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you were doing? You're touching
I had a thing on the
No, because again, I'm glad that you brought that up, because it's not just also physical, it's also emotional and all that stuff. And look, again, everybody has issues. Again, can't say that I've never been an angry bird, because I have. But it's one of those things that it's the whole work thing. And when people say, oh, it's easy, they're like, oh, you're stronger than that. Man, I wish I thought that myself. And some people don't believe that. Because again, when you're outside and not seeing it on the everyday stuff, it's quite difficult to just jump up. Especially when there's other people involved, there's children, or whatever it may be. Or you genuinely don't have anywhere to go. It is so scary. It's not easy to just be like, okay, like, you're right, you're not treating me well, I'm just gonna get up and leave. It is not that easy. And there's people that really, because it is more of it's not even the physical, it's the psychological hurt that is so weird that you're just like, why am I doing this? Yeah.
No, you're completely right. Like, there was a saying that I heard years and years ago, persistence kills resistance.
Oh, never heard of that. Okay.
And abusers, narcissists, they're very patient people.
Okay.
They're very persistent, and they can make you believe that what they're saying is true. And that's the problem when it comes to domestic abuse. Physical, it doesn't have to be physical. It's the mental strain that has been put on you to say, you can't find better. You can't, nobody's going to believe you. Nobody's going to listen to you. I'm the only one that will ever love you. You will never find someone like me. How many times have women heard, you will never find someone like me?
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't want to find someone like you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm done with your bullshit.
Look.
I hope to God I never find someone like you.
Yeah. You know what the thing is? Okay.
God, every single one of my exes has ever said that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
because
no, because I can find better.
Yeah, how was the right word again? I've been a very angry bird. And I don't know, I think we talked about this when the first episode we talked about, be glad that it wasn't anything crazy. But I feel like a lot of people don't understand how much you do deserve. And again, I see it now, totally 180 of what I used to think, because I kept thinking in my brain, I was like, oh, it's not as bad, or oh, you didn't physically get hurt, so it's okay, or it's more excuses. Yeah, because I was like, oh, because oh my God, this is the one I could, just thinking about it, you're like, oh, you're pretty crazy, so who are you gonna find someone that will put up with that?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm gonna cry. So for a very long time I thought that, and then I think until you reach a point, and I'm like, and I think also I've never thought that anybody could like me outside of that. Yeah. And I think when finally that happened, I was like, I am not that bad. Like, I am crazy. Like, I am silly. But it's like the crazy, not crazy where it's like you're mentally crazy. It was crazy just because I do get so passionate about certain things. I do take things in a different light. And I think that's what it is. People forget that it's not just about the physical stuff. It's like the mental stuff. And then again, because I was the crazy loud one, I didn't think...
It's the repetitiveness of it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Think about it this way. Manifestation.
Yeah.
You wake up every single morning, you tell yourself something.
Yeah, correct.
Today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a great day.
Correct.
I love myself. I am worthy. I am great. The more times that you repeat things to yourself, or somebody says something to you, the closer you get to believing it.
Yeah.
So that's why they say when it comes to manifestation, for you to repeat it every single day, multiple times a day.
Yeah.
I am strong, I am wise, I am beautiful.
You should believe it.
You start to believe it once you say it out loud multiple times.
Yeah, correct.
An abusive partner does the exact same thing. Which is where the persistence kills resistance. Because you can resist for a period of time, but the more that you hear it, you start believing it.
Yeah.
You're worthless. You're worthless. You're worthless.
Yeah.
If you're hearing that on a regular basis, you will then believe that you are worthless.
Yeah, correct.
You're a fat bitch.
Yeah.
You start believing you're a fat bitch.
Correct.
You're always angry. You've got a temper. You do this. You do that.
So it's like with the shoe fit,
because you start hearing it so often, you start believing it.
Yeah, you start wearing that title.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
And I absolutely hate the saying, persistence kills resistance. I hate it.
Why?
Because of that fact.
Yeah, correct.
Because the person that taught me that was an abuser. And that was their saying.
Oh, wow.
That was actually the narcissist saying.
Oof.
Persistence kills resistance. You can resist as much as you want. I'll break through.
Oh, okay. That was a hit one. I think...
Trust me, when I finally processed that, it took me a hot second to really take accountability.
Because
I allowed that to happen.
Yes. You know what I think it is? Last year, again, I don't know if we talked about... I don't know if I probably have or not. But last year was really honestly my biggest breaking point, where I was literally at the bottom pit. Like, I was just stepping on myself, because I was like, how is this happening to me? And it was just like, I tried to get away, but it was just more, can I do it? How can I do it? What about my kids? Like, what are we going to do? What if? And it took me a long time to pick it up and be like, okay. But even then, at the end of the year, it was like I went back to the same cycle that I was before. And not until it happened this last time during my birthday, where I was like, I didn't even cry. I didn't do anything. I didn't do I was just like, I breathed and I accepted it. And now I'm in the process of doing whatever I'm doing, but I never thought about it, because it was always like, again, I was the crazy one. So I always thought it was just me. It was my fault. And the more you see it, outside. And God, that's crazy. That's a crazy saying. Now I'm going to say that all the time, because it's true. Because you can resist as much as you can, but the persistence is there. So, and because it's what is it called? The boy that cried wolf. It's like, I'm going to do this one. And no, you don't do it.
Yeah.
And then you'll see it'll just be done. crazy. Oof.
Yeah.
But I guess, again, in the end of it all, it's just us saying that, yes, because think about it, if I never told you or we never talked about this, I would have never learned about what you just said right now. And that just blew my mind, because I'm just like, that is so true. I hate it. I get your feeling. Like, I fucking hate that. But it's so fucking true that it's so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. And
Yeah.
we have to be more aware of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't have to tolerate it.
Yeah. Amen to that. Yeah. Choose your peace. Yeah. And it's crazy. Because, again, as adults and as a thing, people are like, oh, just, again, just leave or just do this. Wish it was that easy. You just have to do it properly.
Yeah.
Especially in certain areas. So, yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, if anybody in life ever does say that to you, persistence kills resistance.
Slap them. Just kidding.
Walk away.
Yeah. Really?
And if they actually say it to you in that sort of manner, not
Yeah.
having a conversation.
Yeah.
About it,
Yeah, I know.
And if somebody
Yeah.
actually tries to convince you that
That's a thing.
persistence kills resistance,
Yeah.
get out. Run.
Yeah.
Run for the hills.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
out. Disappear. Do
Yeah.
not speak to that person again.
Yeah.
Block them, delete them, remove them from your life. Because that
Oof.
is toxic.
Yeah. That's just...
They've actually learned to believe that they can get into people's minds.
Yeah. Or that they're needed, that you can't live without them.
Yeah.
And it's just because, oh no, I'm persistent, I'm always gonna be here. It's like, yeah, but I don't want you to, though.
I don't want you to.
Can you just go away?
And that's a legitimate thing, because that's I heard that saying for so many months. Day that I was physically hit, it was that sort of lightning bulb moment of, oh crap, I need to get out, and I need to get out now. And I'm not saying that second, 11 o'clock at night, I wasn't walking out the door, but...
The safest way to get out.
Safest way to get out was me going to work the next day, covering up my, arms and body so that you couldn't see any bruising or anything like that starting to appear. And just never go back.
Yeah.
Just never go back.
Yeah.
It will work for me. It's not going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
It definitely isn't.
Yeah. And some people have it 10 times harder. It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
At least you got
But this
to...
is the other thing. If you have an abusive partner, having children with them is not going to make it better.
It's not. Let me just make this clear to everyone. It does not. And it does not make things easier.
Don't have children with these people.
Yeah.
They're not going to change.
Yeah.
Because you've got them pregnant.
Yeah, correct.
It's only going to make it harder because now you have to find a way to leave with you and a bloody child.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't. It hurts.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
hard.
if you know beforehand. Like, obviously, if you're in it, look, can't say it's easy as 1, 2, 3 again. But
no. Oh, look, we're not saying that this is one size fits all. No.
But if you already know it.
But if you see the signs, you have that little inkling that
don't do it,
your gut feeling.
Or like, I have heard people where it's just, oh, when they have kids, they change. It's no. I'm telling you right now, no. Yeah. Capital no.
Yeah.
And again, it's
I've heard people say, oh, but maybe I can change them.
Ugh, no.
Don't be delusional.
That's another
God.
delulu. It's
Stop
not.
it.
Yeah. If they're showing you hands out, like that's what's happening. Like, freaking believe them. Is that right? Do like people say, what is it called? If they're showing you, believe them, or something like that. If they're showing you their actions and all these things, believe them, because their actions speak louder than words. Because they can say, I love you, or no, but
Look, this is the thing. I'll tell you a story.
ooh, okay.
So I had a friend that we were quite close, and she basically told me that her dad was really abusive to their mum, their whole marriage, until the mum got cancer, which was 25 years of abuse, if not more. And the only reason it stopped was because she got cancer.
Jesus.
That was his wake-up call. But I would have to say, and I'm saying 25 years, I'm being generous, I think it was more than that.
Yeah.
Because I think I learnt at about when I was about 25. And this person has older siblings.
Ooh, okay.
So there's actually children that are older than
Before
her in
her,
the family.
Yeah.
And the abuse started when they were dating.
I'm sure that's when it would have started. It doesn't start like, 20 years later.
Look, in some instances, potentially it can. I don't know enough about it. but they're still together. That husband and wife are still together.
To this day?
To this day.
Oh, she recovered,
from cancer and all that sort of stuff. And it was like, oh, no, but he changed now. I'm like, yeah, but why did you put up with it for that many years?
I get that. I that. Just kidding.
And now your children, because this is the best part, the daughters
are in this
don't understand what abuse is now. Because they're used to seeing their father and thinking that's normal behaviour. So they're okay with their partners mistreating them now. And I look at it and go, I want the pills that these girls are on. They're fucking numb to everything, apparently. And they're being spoken to like shit. They're being talked down to.
Yeah.
My husband has joked with me once or twice about making him a sample.
Yeah.
We've mucked around and I've said some things to him about go and clean the gutters.
Yeah.
Just stupid things that my husband and I will say to each other, mucking around and talking crap. But that's a completely different scenario. They are actually legitimately being told they cannot leave the house until their partner gets home.
Why? Because of the
they're
kids?
not trusted to be out in public on their own.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like because the kids are. Oh, wow. Okay, that's different.
No. They're not trusted to be out in public on their own. So they're not allowed to be out on their own. They can either be with their partners, or they had to give up on their friends that their husband or boyfriend at the time thought that they were the S word.
Oh wow!
Say it out loud.
Right.
But they were hoeing around. They were going through their hoe phase, and because they were doing all that, no, you can't be friends with them anymore. You need to cut them off.
Wow. Okay.
I don't see any of that as normal.
It's not. No, it's not.
I don't. My husband's never said, no, you can't be friends with this person because they're going through this. Or, no, I don't
hey, man, I had a lot of hoe friends. I feel bad for people. Just kidding. Wow, okay. But that's exactly what we're saying.
That's the controlling behavior that they are used to seeing from their dad.
Yeah.
Because their mum didn't teach them any better.
Yeah. But that could be,
it's
a cycle.
Through all the abuse.
Yeah.
And convinced herself that he's a changed man.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah. Are you sure? He gave you extra apples?
I think he just stopped hitting you because you
You're
were getting
sick.
too fragile, and he was like, oh, okay, now if I break a bone, I'm going to have to go to hospital and explain how you broke a bone.
Yeah. But exactly that's what I mean. Like, it's in all of this. It's mainly because, it's your trauma. Some people are like, oh, it's a trauma. It is, because it's like you put up with it because you think it's okay.
Yeah.
And that's what that's my biggest thing with the kids, which is I know that there's something more to this, where it's just I don't want my kids to think it's okay. And then look, I don't excuse my behavior. I'm not saying that I've been a perfect angel. Again, I have been a very angry bird, but I feel like there's no excuses on both parts when it comes to the actions that we've taken. But I'm more like I'm admitting that I have done these actions. The other party, I'm not sure. We're in the same tier of that, and that's what sucks about it, because it's like I want my kids to see better and know better and see that, and then that goes for all of this. So I'm glad that, like, with Cassie, like if her kids or more kids that she has in the future, when they see this, they're not going to see her as anybody weak. They're like, wow, thank God you did that. Yeah, thank God.
You stood up for us.
Yes, correct.
For future generations of little girls that need a voice.
Yes, exactly.
That need a role model to actually be able to stand up and go, I'm not going to stand by abusers. Yeah,
because I'm sure people, again, see it on the media, and there's kids out there that didn't even know that was a bad thing. Because things that happened to me, I didn't even know was a bad thing until I was in high school. Because I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that until I was in high school. And I went through whatever I did, but I was like, oh my goodness. And as an adult now, why, again, I'm more protective of my children in different ways. Like I show them certain things because I'd rather them ask me than their friends, but I would protect them 100% out of that.
Yeah. And
even if people think I'm mean or stupid or whatever, no, couldn't do it. And that's the thing, because I don't want that cycle to be the next thing. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Again, ladies and gents, if you need someone to talk to, if you're please reach out to others. Please ensure that you're not alone, and that your voice is in it. Yes,
correct. You can look for help.
Yeah.
Women's shelters, men's shelters. There's a lot of different companies and entities. We'll have some blue.
There's
suicide prevention.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different places that are available that will not turn you away.
Correct.
That can help you.
Correct.
Please reach out. You're not alone.
Yeah,
You're
even
really
talk to
not.
your GP. Like, even talk to your GP, because they definitely will have other resources. But if that would be like your first place to be able to talk to someone is your GP, do it. Because again, you don't have to research or yours. Like, even just the GP, if that's your first place to get out and speak to someone, that would be first start as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
We're not psychologists.
Sorry. Yeah.
We can send you links.
Yeah,
we can point you in a direction.
Yeah.
However, we are not providing any advice. It's just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah,
We're just having a conversation here about our own experiences, about experiences that we've witnessed, and understand that just because people are celebrities doesn't make them invincible.
Yeah, correct. And that even the everyday person like us been through it all, and it has helped. And of course, obviously, we've worked through some things, and maybe some things are still lingering in our trauma, but it's more of just learning to talk like this, because again, I've learned all these things today. That's why I was like, oh, don't tell me these, because I've learned it. And now it's just, I'm telling you, what you said earlier blew my mind with the resistance. Oh, yeah. That's just, yeah. So there, because we're having a chat. But yeah, thank you so much, and we will see you in the next episode. And that wraps up another episode of the Relatable Bitches Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our chat today and found something that's resonated with you.
If you loved what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. It really helps us reach more relatable bitches like you.
And remember, you can connect with us on social media. All links are in the description.
Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep it real and stay relatable.